All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go. My first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners, Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first game of the NBA's regular season. Last season, they had the upper hand in the series, going 3-1 against these guys.
And they were able to take the season series. A million miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there are all different kinds of pressure situations. This is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. But even so, I don't think it takes away from how much he enjoys it.
On the court for the Mavericks, Freak, he's in at the point. JaVale McGee is out there with David Lee. Then there's Felton. And it's Parsons in at the small forward position. And so... Earlier, we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I can be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistent production on the court?
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Really a big part of why they're on top here. The defense has been on point.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. They've got Brandon Knight. E.J. Tucker is out there with John Lure. And it's Chandler, and it's Goodwin in at the 2 spot.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no line in those totals.
And David Lee missing time early last season with that hamstring injury also opened the door up for Draymond Green to kind of take that starting power forward role. And give Lee credit, though. Didn't sulk, just threw himself into his new role as a super sub.
Back to Felton. For 3. No good. Now the Suns take it the other way. Outside Knight. Off the screen. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says, but still anybody's game.
Freak dishes to Parsons. Off on the layup.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
A nice shot by Tucker.
Brandon Knight certainly can pass the orange.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Lee kicks to Felton. Some nice passing here by Dallas. McGee a screen. Pass to Parsons. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. 13 points for Chandler Parsons.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
All right, Phoenix, keep it going for your Suns Dancers.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the Suns. And the first half comes to a...
That's the end of the first half. Give it up for your Suns. And now, your Suns Dancers.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Freaks checked in for Williams. Here's Bledsoe. 6 points for him. What a year for the Suns in terms of transactions. Started the season with Dragic and Thomas on the roster and moved them both, Clark, at the deadline.
And, you know, most folks saw the Dragic trade coming after his disagreements with the team. The Thomas trade was a bit of a surprise, though.
On the court for the Mavericks, Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Freak is out there with Matthews, and it's Pachulia in at the 5, roaming the paint. Parsons on the wing, 6 to shoot. Feeds it to Pachulia. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Assisted.
And as you said, the Suns made a flurry of deals at the deadline. You knew they would move one guard, but ended up moving 2. Brought back one as well.
Here's Len, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play. Seven seconds left in the fourth quarter. Bledsoe and Knight of the backcourt. Mirza Teletovic out there with Price, and it's Len in it.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith without Chandler Parsons. He really set the tone for them in the first half, and it seemed to just help carry them forward from that point on.
This was Chandler Parsons taking it to the next level, Shaq. I mean, he has heart and hustle always, but he took it even higher tonight on both ends of the floor.
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60% reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart. You're being aggressive, and you're creating opportunities. What a spectacular performance.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
2K's first esports event, the Road to the Finals tournament. With $250,000 and a trip to the NBA Finals on the line, stakes are high.
This is Stephen Curry, and welcome to 2KU. I'm going to tell you about some of the shots you can pull off in NBA 2K16. First, you got to master your J. Press and hold the shot button, or move and hold the pro stick to start your jumper. Then release when you get to the top of the jump. The closer you get to the middle of the shot meter, the higher your chances of making the shot. If you're driving to the hoop, hold the pro stick left or right for a left or right hand layup, or back left and right for a Euro step layup. If the lane is blocked, you can try putting a floater over the top of the D by holding the pro stick away from the hoop. Or you can use a hop step by tapping the shot button, or a spin shot by double tapping the shot button. But if the lane is open, it's time to give the fans a show. Hold down sprint and then hold the pro stick left, right, forward, or back to dunk the ball. Left and right will give you left or right-handed dunks. Forward will give you a two-hand dunk, and back will give you a signature flashy dunk. Check out the rest of 2KU training videos to help you take your game to the next level.
This is James Harden. Welcome to 2KU. Let's talk about how you put a guy on skates and break down the D with your handles in NBA 2K16. You can size up your defender by holding down, sprint, and quickly flicking the pro stick in any direction. From there, you can branch into other dribble moves by flicking the pro stick again or beat him off the dribble with a quick first step. Just read and react to what the defense gives you. Another good way to beat your man off the bounce is to hit him with an ISO move off the drive. To do that, drive at your defender and flick the pro stick in any direction. This will give you a crossover behind the back, hezzy.
This is Anthony Davis. Welcome to 2KU. Here we're going to discuss the different ways you can pass the ball. The easiest way to throw a pass is by pressing the pass button. This will choose the best pass based on the situation. It's the safest way to pass in most cases. If you're in a situation where you want to force a bounce pass, you can do it by pressing the bounce pass button. It's great for when you have an advantage on the break or want to feed your big in the post. If you want to throw off the D with a no look or just want to add some style to your pass, double tap the bounce pass button to throw a flashy pass. Be careful who you do it with. If he's not a good passer, then you run the risk of throwing the ball away. When there are too many guys between you and the receiver, you may want to throw a lob pass. You can do that by pressing the lob pass button. Lob passes are slower than the other passes, but have the height to get over a defender and still reach your target. When you have a high-flying teammate cutting towards the rim, you can try to get an exciting finish by throwing an alley-oop. Double tap the lob pass button to throw the oop. Just make sure your receiver's ready. You can also select a specific teammate to pass to by using icon passing. To throw an icon pass, you tap the icon pass button, then press the button you see above the player's head. Check out the rest of 2KU training.
on the line, stakes are high.
We got Blake Griffin and the Clips on deck tonight. Going up against him, you almost just hope you don't end up on a poster. But I've never been one to just get out the way. I'm ready to step up, no matter the consequences. Got to earn my stripes sometime, you know? Here we go.
Made you look. You a slave to a page in my rhyme book.
2K Sports checks in with their loyal viewers with a broadcast from Los Angeles, the home of the Clippers, the Staples Center. Last outing for the Clippers, it was a loss to Sacramento.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. The course of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Boy, that's got to wear on you.
So the Clippers win the tip. Mavericks trail by 8.
Well, you know, the Mavs made the playoffs last season, but they really had a hard time against the rest of the Western Conference contenders, in part because they struggled defensively. Offensively, they were pretty good, but they didn't quite come up with enough stops when they needed them.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Freak in at shooting guard. Felton is out there with Powell. Then there's J.J. Barea, and it's McGee in at the center, filling out the middle. So it's the Clippers now, following the score by Dallas. Green kicks to Crawford. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And Greg, you talked about what the Mavs did, how they played against the West, 29-23 record against the rest of the conference.
Yeah, but Kevin, it's a little misleading, the win total. I mean, if you look at the Mavs against the teams that they compare themselves to, which are the playoff teams in the West, they were only 10-18 over the course of the season.
Good point. Los Angeles leading by 6. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Doc Rivers.
Yes, Kevin, we talked about how... how you can slow down this very formidable offensive team. He told me it's all about following the scouting report, saying we have so much information nowadays, where guys shoot best, where they maybe don't shoot as well. We provide that to our players, and it's incumbent upon them, and of course us as a coaching staff, to try to take away what they do best. Guys, we'll see if they can take them out of their groove tonight. Back to you.
Okay, Doris, appreciate the report and coach's plan here tonight. A good one, guys.
And I agree with him. I think he's determined not to let the opposing offense dictate tempo. And I think that is a good game plan.
That's the only plan, really, Greg and Kevin. I mean, they cannot allow that offense to run wild. This game has to be played on their terms.
Off the pick. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
I like the activity there, keeping the ball alive and creating some second-chance buckets.
Here's Freak. And another basket for Dallas. Oh, and what a feeling it's got to be as we get to see the very first NBA bucket from Freak.
You know, there should be a lot more of those ahead. I mean, he's no flash in the pan, guys. I mean, he's going to be around this league a long time.
Certainly appears that way to me, too. I mean, he's got the confidence and ability of a player who's capable of being a fixture in this league for years.
And so he hits both.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
Felton. Shot is off. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. The Clippers on top. They're up by 8. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And a chance to hear from DeAndre Jordan, who talks about the inspiration he drew from head coach Doc Rivers. A strong case can be made that Jordan played like the Defensive Player of the Year, Clark, this past season. And the fact that he didn't win it, looks like it'll keep him motivated.
Yeah, I agree with you, Amin.
Los Angeles leading by 9. They've got Austin Rivers. Cole Aldrich is out there with Griffin. And there's Green. And it's Paul in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Launches a 3. Rivers can't get it to go.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And it's Paul penetrating. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Freak gets to Parsons. McGee a screen. Parsons passes to McGee. And for JaVale McGee, what was once such a promising career is now, Clark, I think, kind of at a crossroads.
Yeah, you know what? He is capable of being a major rim protector and rebounder, but I think teams are getting a little bit impatient with him because he's just not matured to the point that you would have expected. That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
And the Clippers making a change here. Pierce is checked in, and he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
And for McGee, it looked like he had taken a positive step last year when it was announced he would sign with Boston. The front office even came out and sang his praises. Then negotiations fell apart and McGee didn't play again for the rest of the season. Another in a long line of disappointments over his career.
And Parsons kicks to Felton. McGee is screen on Paul. There's the pick. Parsons attacking from 10 feet out. Here's Freak. Dallas no good that time either.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Pierce with a screen for Rivers. To the inside. And Pierce gets it to go on the assist by Rivers. Rivers has got 3 assists now in this one.
You know, regarding McGee, he spent most of his career eyeing the money. He forced his way out of Washington partly because of it. Didn't sign with the Celtics because he wanted to be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year. He has to show that he can still play if he wants somebody to really pay. Wow, what a clever pass that time by Chris Paul.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Paul against Felton. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
How about up over the 80% mark from the line last year? So he's happy and also consistent there with those numbers.
Mavericks making a switch here. Matthews is checked in. 23 seconds left in the first half of the game. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, good call there. I mean, feet clearly moving when he set the screen.
And he lowered the shoulder, too. I mean, they were going to get him there one way or the other. I mean, that was an easy call.
Paul against Felton. Paul kicks to Aldridge. The kick out to Pierce. Hits it from three-point range. Pierce has got 7 points.
And they're not taking their foot off the pedal. They just keep adding to their lead.
Well, it's never a good idea to back off and ease up. And it doesn't look like that thought's even...
Come on now, guys. We can get back into this game and take these fans out of it. Let's go through that first half. The offense we've gotten from the low block has been weak. That's the biggest thing. We have to attack the basket. No more settling for jump shots. I'd also love to see us get our three-point game going. That would really help us trim the deficit. And when we get the ball, we can look to start the break if it's there for us. But I don't want to push it just because we have some ground to make up. All right, guys, let's get out there and play a good second half.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Cole Aldridge, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Pierce comes in for Green. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Austin Rivers in for Chris Paul. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. And the shot is good. 8 points for Crawford.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Oh, an illegal screen there. One of the toughest calls for an official to make.
And it is one of the toughest calls, but most of the time they do a good job with it. And you have to appreciate how officials get that one right more times than not.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
You got it.
Barea with it. Picked up by Rivers. Griffin against Nowitzki. Nowitzki a screen. Felton dishes to Nowitzki. 6 on the shot clock. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch. Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Clippers. Crawford comes in for Green, and it's Austin Rivers in for J.J. Redick. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Time now for an injury report.
It doesn't seem like too drastic of an injury. That's a bitter pill for them to swallow at such an early stage of the season. It really changes the look of this entire team, guys.
All right, Doris, we will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
And you know what? He could have a long road ahead in terms of getting back on the court. But one thing we all know, he's never been shy of hard work.
No, he's not. I mean, he'll be doing everything he can to make it back as soon as possible.
Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Rivers out there with Paul, and it's Crawford at the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Green. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily.
You got to forget about that one.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jeff Green.
What a performance by Jeff Green. This is a man with a world of talent. A lot of times on the offensive end, he gets neglected. But when they pay attention and make him a focal point, he's tough to handle.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Bad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And then my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, I mean, he would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
Word?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. So you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him. And it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hot as ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, when me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome, we always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dap, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me and announce my name on the loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, do you have any crickets? I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's Bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, Vic, gotta go! Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the U.S. of A., the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We actually, we have love for each other. We're brothers.
blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You could see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.
The Road to the Finals tournament. With $250,000 and a trip to the NBA Finals on the line, stakes are high. See how countless hours of work.
I'm coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're going to be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is going to be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's going to be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
Starting at point, at 6'6", the underdog.
It's time for some hoops at the home of the New York Knicks. We're bringing it to you live on 2K Sports. Just a single game at home. After this one, it's back on the road for the Knicks, winning their last. The Knicks leading by 4. Big change last year for the Mavs came when they traded for Rajon Rondo. It looked to be the missing piece for him, Clark, but boy, it just never seemed to come together.
You just don't know. Trades are always risky. You don't know how they're going to work out, and I give credit to ownership for talking to the players to see what they thought about the trade before they actually made the deal.
On the court for the Mavericks, Freak in at shooting guard. JaVale McGee is out there with Powell. Then there's Felton. And it's Barea in at the point guard. Calderon kicks to Serafin. Roten, the pass to Calderon. Here's O'Quinn. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. O'Quinn's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And things just didn't really work out with Rondo here with the Mavs. Missed a lot of games and at times clashed with that coaching staff. It's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
The Knicks making a switch here. Aflalo's checked in.
And, they said it was the injury, but you have to suspect the Mavs just shut him down in the playoffs. They took a big swing and missed with Rondo in acquiring him, but I think you have to give them credit for at least taking the risk.
Here's Barea. Dallas, no good that time either.
A team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yeah, they brought it in terms of having another level of intensity right from the tip.
Pass to Freak. There's the three. It's tipped. 1 second left. Can't hit. The basket's... And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player. Now with more and more freshmen, Clark, making the jump to the pros, we can expect to hear more stories.
There's a ton of pressure on young guys sometimes to leave prematurely. We'll see if Freak's decision pays off for him long term.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
They definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
We've got Robin Lopez. Anthony is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Calderon, and it's Afflalo in at the 2. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Lopez, no luck.
And Dirk Nowitzki last season, I felt like the first time we saw real signs of wear and tear from all the years of him playing. His field goal percentage, points per game, rebounds, all off his career averages. And that said, though, he's still a crafty, dangerous guy to have to go up against.
Here's Calderon. He had 16 points in the win against Milwaukee.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
6 to shoot. Afflalo dishes to Anthony. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong after signing Melo to a max deal.
And so that's the end of the first.
Go, Carmelo.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Dallas making a switch here. Freaks checked in. The Mavericks leading. On the floor for Dallas. Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Freak is out there with Darren Williams, and it's Pachulia in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Afflalo. Lays it in off the breakaway. Afflalo's got 4 points in the quarter.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense. Taking a look here at the numbers for Parsons. His last 10 games, averaging about 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
Up top, Roten. He's got 11. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick-fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Now here's Freak. He's tightly guarded. It's stolen by Anthony. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Here's Afflalo, and 2 free throws. Coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Darren Williams.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Jose Calderon, he's checked in for Roten. And Dallas also making a switch. J.J. Barea is checked in for Darren Williams. Freak kicks to Nowitzki. The feed to Barea. Shot clock at 6. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Calderon passes to Porzingis. New York moving the ball around. Lopez kicks to Anthony. And the layup falls. Anthony's got 10 points in the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Nowitzki. Again, the Mavericks score.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Calderon kicks to Anthony. They set the pick. Inside, here's Porzingis. The Mavericks pull it in. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of beat is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn, and new group in for the Knicks. Lopez, he's checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Porzingis comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Thomas. And it's Tony Roten in for Aaron Aflalo. Anthony is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Calderon. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Roten in at the guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Calderon.
Move the ball. Stick it.
Now here's Freak. Back to Williams. From outside the arc. And the rebound goes to Lopez. And a fast break now for New York. Calderon leading the charge. Here's Anthony. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. And he gets the bucket.
Those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Here's Roten. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to 1 and the bucket from Anthony.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And Williams, here we go. Now the dish to Pachulia. No luck. Good D by Lopez. New York's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
Parsons attacking. And it's good. Fought through contact, gets the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. Here's Freak. Can't get the 3 to fall. So a close game sees New York.
Well, gentlemen, I'm here with Carmelo.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. And now we get a chance to check out our Jordan Player of the Game.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal.
The only color I care about is green. Money. Now, you've certainly made some money so far, Freak, but it's time we make more money. I'm talking movies, TVs, endorsements, even your own brand Jordan sneakers.
I care about the game first, Dom. All that sounds great, but don't you think it's a little too early to be talking about all that?
Too early? LeBron was 12 years old in 6th grade when he was thinking Space Jam. It's never too early to take and make leaps.
I guess.
You guess? This isn't high school. This isn't college. This is the real world. And the real world is fueled by one thing.
Oh, money.
That's right. Money. Dollar bills, y'all. Why do you think they put presidents on them? Because that's what presides over us. I ever tell you guys about the first dollar I ever made?
No, Dom, but you're about to.
Yo, check this out. CC, this is a great story, right? So I'm 7 years old, Queens, New York, 1973. My older brother, Lonzo, he's got a lemonade stand. So that summer, I'm like, Lonzo, let me help out. Let me make a couple of bucks with you. He's like, all right, Dom, come on. I'll teach you the business. So I'm pouring tons of sugar. I'm squeezing the lemons. I got the lemonade stand all set up. I'm like, yo, I got this, right? So I'm watching during the course of the day. I'm noticing something Lonzo's doing. He's not charging for refills. That summer, I convinced Lonzo no more free refills, and we make $2,000 plus tips. Today, Lonzo's Lemonade is a national brand and publicly traded.
Oh, wow. That's dope.
I'm not here to impress. I'm here to improve and to assist. I'm like the Italian-American Magic Johnson, running point for Team Freak. No.
The only person running point around here will be me.
CC, look at my watch. What do you see?
Not this again. I've seen the movie.
This is diamonds and platinum. Gold, forget about it. Silver, forget about it. This is diamonds and platinum. It's power and speed. Freak, this is what you have. You are on your way to being the biggest thing in the NBA. I'm proposing now that we dominate off the court as well as on.
I can't believe I'm saying this, Freak, but Dom has a point. You've been establishing yourself on the court, and now it's time to take it off the court. Brand Jordan sneakers, the possibilities are endless.
Listen, Freak, you're gonna have to decide the legacy you want to leave. But I'm not some agent from the Yellow Pages. I'm Dom Pagnotti. I'm the man, the myth, the legend, the king, #1. I'm the best. And I'm a shark. And the Pagnotti shark is working for you. And we gotta set new goals and bigger goals, okay? I'm talking all-star game. I'm talking dunk contest. When was the last time you saw an NBA great in a dunk contest, huh? I'm talking first team All-NBA, first team All-Defensive team.
What about social media?
Yvette, great idea. Social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let's kick it up a notch. www.freakingandvibing.com. That's right, your own website. I've already set it up for you, and it's running great.
Wait, hold up.
Listen, I'm in negotiations right now on a feature that will allow viewers to watch Freak and only him and his plays during the game.
Yeah, but you set up a website without consulting me?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Last week.
Uh-oh. Oh, this is gonna be epic.
CC, I love you, but I got no time to waste, and you're out there busy doing whatever it is you're doing.
Whatever I'm doing? You know what? I'm really sick and tired of the disrespect. This is Team Freak, not the Dom Pagnotti Italian-American opera.
Cece, calm down, all right? Dom here, he's just trying to take us to the next level.
Look, Ming Ching, I don't even know why you're here when your job is to look good and shut up.
Cece, chill.
No, I'm done chilling. Between your clown agent and your gold-digging girlfriend, I've had enough.
Gold digger? You're the winner of the Lucky Sperm contest, and I'll have you know I am currently starting my own fashion line. I've already got model contracts from Beijing to Milan. Not to mention I graduated top of my class. Summa cum laude.
You mean thank you, Laude?
I don't need a man to save me or provide for me, okay? I got my own, boo.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then why has all your success and fame coincided with your relationship with my brother? If you're really on top of your game, wouldn't that have happened before y'all even met?
Right? You know what, Cece? You're just jealous. It's okay, though. Why don't you just play the background, yeah? Enjoy the ride.
Y'all both done yet?
May I continue? Now listen, as far as movie properties go, I've already got a script based upon a story of your life, Freak, okay? So guys, check out these possible titles. Freaking and Vibing, Life and Times, Volume 1. The Freak Chronicle, Freak the Fast and Furious, Part 1 does it, and this one's my favorite, Freak, you're gonna love this. He got Pagnotti.
Whoa,
You
okay,
love it,
all
right?
Dom. Yeah, but look, you're the man, but you're not the man. Okay, you work for me. You have to follow my lead. I'm all for your ideas, but in due time. As for now, I want to focus on the court, and we'll discuss some of your ideas at a later date. Understood?
Yo, we're cool in the gang, bro. That's all you had to say.
All right, good. Thank you. Vet, chill. You cannot let Cece get underneath your skin. But on the same token, you cannot go out of your way to piss her off. I don't have time to be playing peacekeeper between you two.
You know what? We need to talk about this afterwards alone.
Fine. Cece? You need to hold this together. You and I both agreed long ago that Dom was the best agent for me. He has delivered. Are his methods questionable? Is he a shark? Yes and yes. But he is our shark. He's what's best for me, which means he is what's best for all of us. Your job is to bring us balance. Manage the team, sis. We all need to be on the same page.
You're right. But blood is thicker than water.
You know, I ain't trying to hear all that. I'm not here to hold hands. I'm here to win games and achieve greatness on and off the court. But in order for that to happen, I need everybody to be on point. Essentially, get right or get gone. Yeah, I don't have time to be teaching you guys how to work together. It either starts now or I find it elsewhere. Squashed?
Squashed.
Zucchini'd.
Mr. Dom Petty, Mr. Diamond and Platinum himself. It's a love-hate relationship.
What do you think about people who see your brother as just a meal ticket?
Well, that's why I'm there. I'm the gatekeeper. Yep. I can smell it from a mile away.
When you take time out for your own personal life, do you have a personal life?
I do.
Where at? I think Freak is your personal life.
You can think whatever you want, mister. But, I have a personal life. Thanks.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think that should end the interview right now. Yeah? It's great meeting you.
It's NBA 2K's first East
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And on tap tonight, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Nuggets in Denver. Well, for Denver, this is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. And with a little bit of time here before tip-off, I'll kick off a topic. Defense, as we know, a key to winning basketball. Kenny, talk about the hallmarks of a great defensive team.
Well, first there has to be an anchor in the back. And if you have an anchor in the back, then all of a sudden you can start with containing the basketball and denying those open lanes, because you know if they try to get to the rim, the anchor is back there. And after that, it's all about getting your hands up and making sure you contest every single shot.
And your anchor has to be a great communicator. He has to talk, help his teammates, make those.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. For the Denver Nuggets, they come in off a good outing against the Rockets in Houston. And
you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game, and for every punch they took, they had a counter.
I was very impressed, Greg, with the way they stood their ground, even when they were on their heels some, coming through those moments where they were backing up a bit. That's what it takes on the road. You got to show that kind of fortitude and resilience.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves: Rubio and Levine teaming up in the backcourt. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Garnett, and it's Towns in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Here's Levine. Rubio at the elbow. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
Here's the Nuggets now with the ball.
And last season, really a tale of two halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
Here's Barton. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Barton's got his first bucket of the night. On defense, Denver. Dishes it to Levine. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Here's Towns, and that's in. Nice feet on the play. Well, the Wolves improved just very slightly last year in terms of wins, Clark. Quality of play on the floor, though, was visible.
Yeah, and the team's point differential was a lot better with Rubio in the lineup. They did have some big wins over quality teams, and Rubio's impact was certainly noticeable.
So here's Gallinari after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Pass to Jokic. Clock at 4. Gets a nice look. Minnesota with the rebound. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
They played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
Levine takes to Wiggins, and the shot is good. Wiggins has got his second bucket tonight.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey guys, a bit ago, Mike Malone and I were able to chat. He told me that he's looking forward to this matchup, their first look at this team so far this season. He said they'll look to play up defensively. As usual, their length and shot blocking a great deterrent inside. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. Well, guys, give us your thoughts on that.
Well, I think for a team that has the ability to control a game with its defense, that's where I would expect the focus to be.
And that's exactly right. I mean, if they're going to play to their strengths, they should be pouring a lot of effort into their defense. I think coach is coming into this one with the right mindset.
Finished off the break. Wiggins has got 6.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Barton passes to Moutier. To halt the run. Nice jump shot. Good.
No hesitation at all right there. Just right up against a much bigger defender.
Man, and I love that fearlessness, that aggressive attitude. Boy, I love watching guys play with that kind of abandon and freedom, Greg. It's a beautiful thing, man. And guys, as we all know, Kevin Garnett is one of the very best power forwards ever to play the game. I mean, was passed by Tim Duncan last year for total rebounds by active players. Still an amazing statistic among many for KG, a future Hall of Famer.
The floater, he takes it up and lays it in.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Minnesota in the lead. Levine dishes to Towns, lays it up and banks it in.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, then again, so did a lot of other teams.
Hey, Greg, we got to be honest here, which is really the only way I roll. Neither of these teams are world beaters. But you've got to start somewhere. A win tonight would be a step in the right direction.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Chandler's checked in. Now, here's Moutier. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Rockets in Houston. Count that one.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now. And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Now, here's Moutier. Tries again, and there's the basket. Whistle blows, and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
That just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Laverne, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Gary Harris comes in for Will Barton. Timberwolves also changing it up. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Gorgie Dang comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Tayshaun Prince subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Now here's Prince. Here's Dang. That one off the back iron and out. And stolen by Jang. Down low. Here's Levine. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends. Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there. And, you know, Denver was not that good against the West last season, but they weren't as bad as you would have thought. Managed to get 19 wins against the rest of the conference, and we know how tough the West is, so that's not shabby.
Here's Harris. Misses off the right iron.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Well, and last year for the Nuggets, they were really searching, and they finished 12th in the Western Conference. Greg, they were 30-52.
You know, not a great place to be.
No,
let's face it. I mean, Kevin, Denver never really had a shot at the postseason, but weren't good enough to land a high draft pick either.
.130 left to play in the first. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. The shot by Chandler, wide open, and he hits it to tie the game up. Chandler's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
You know, when I think of Wilson Chandler, what comes to mind is supreme athleticism. He can throw it down with the best of them, and yet he's still working on the other areas of his game to be more well-rounded.
Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Denver. Now here's Pekovic, looking for his first basket still in this one. Banked in off the glass.
Oh, how about the floater there? Nice drop.
Denver's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. You know, back to Wilson Chandler, he's somewhat of a wild card. One of the few guys to go overseas. Remember, Greg, during that NBA lockout in 2011, he signed to play for China and didn't negotiate an out clause when he signed.
Yeah, and truth is, Chandler's one of those guys who can give you some solid minutes, but you hope at some point that he gets serious and commits to reaching his full potential.
Here's Chandler after the basket by Minnesota. That's tipped. Wiggins drives in. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws.
Well, it didn't take long for us to see just how explosive Andrew Wiggins can be in the air. I mean, had a handful of huge dunks throughout the course of the season. He's going to make a lot of posters during his NBA career.
Well, Greg, you're right. It's clear to see with Wiggins. He is already fearless with his dunks. Clark, he'll go right at any big man and with impunity and finish over him.
Yeah, and I think people knew he was a special dunker, but they didn't know how aggressive he would be in attacking the basket. That's where he surprised folks.
Pass to Prince. Kicks it to Levine. From deep, from beyond the arc, and then some. Levine's got his second bucket of the night.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Your Nuggets dancers!
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side out for them the way they've swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah, or handball.
Or handball.
Either one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Ricky Rubio is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Tayshaun Prince. Then there's Towns. And it's Garnett in at the 4 slot. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see. You know, Kenneth Faried was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team 4 years ago. Took the league by storm with his energy and hustle. Looked like the sky was the limit for him, but every year since then, his numbers have looked very similar.
And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Harris. Garnett outside. Here's Towns, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Getting back to Fareed, the numbers through last season tell a very interesting story. His field goal percentage has gone down every year, while his free throw percentage has gone up every year.
Yeah, his rebounds, assists, steals, block numbers have all stayed relatively flat. You know, he's making a positive contribution, but maybe not at the level of that contract extension he signed back in 14.
Back to Wiggins. The shot, no good. And Denver the other way now. Fareed, a screen on Wiggins. Here's Barton. Almost, but it rolls out.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
Well, guys, in the NBA, you learn things by doing them in game-time action. And Andrew Wiggins had plenty of time to learn on the job. He was second in the league in minutes played last season, only behind James Harden.
Looking over the numbers again, Greg, Wiggins logged a ton of minutes as a rookie, over 36 minutes a game, Clark. That led all rookies in the NBA.
And how about leading everybody in the league in minutes played after the All-Star break, Kevin? Almost 40 minutes a game is what he averaged after the All-Star break.
And here comes Harris, leading the fast break, and that one's good.
That was the 3rd straight high-percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
That's good.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Denver calls timeout.
Tayshaun Prince, one of the ultimate Velcro guys. I mean, he's been in the league a long time. The consummate pro, as detailed, steady, and unflappable as they come.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Payne's checked in. Now, here is Gallinari. Really played well against Houston in his last outing. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
And back to Tayshaun Prince for a moment. So much big game experience, a championship in 04 with the Pistons. That has to rub off on a team when you have a guy like that around in the locker room, on the floor. He's seen it all.
You know, it's a great point. And whether it's in games or practice or even in the locker room, his presence adds continuity. It's like having an extra coach looking out for the younger players.
Here's Payne. That's tipped. And Fareed throws it down.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Here's Jokic. Barton in the corner. Wiggins with the rebound.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And Payne slams it in.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Moutier, he's checked in for Gary Harris. Zach LaVine's checked in for Minnesota. Moutier, no good. The Timberwolves have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Here's Payne, so the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Adrian Payne is that new breed of big man, guys. I mean, he combines athleticism, size, and toughness with exceptional outside shooting. Made over 41% of his threes as a rookie.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Kenneth Fareed, and Wilson Chandler's subbed in for Gallinari. And a change for the Timberwolves. Pekovic is checked in. Here's Garnett. Wilson Chandler making his last shot. And here we go. Fast break. Moutier's got it. That's good from Chandler on the assist for Moutier. Moutier's got his 3rd assist on the night. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
On up the court. And the dunk by Chandler.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And they better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
And so it's Minnesota with it. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Here's Levine, and he converts the layup. Levine's got 7 points. And back to Adrian Payne, one of those rare guys who can lead you in block shots and free throw percentage, something he perfected at Michigan State. Truly unique in his versatility. You covered a lot of his games.
Yeah, freakish athletically, but also highly skilled, which you don't often get for guys coming out of college. But again, this is a 4-year player, and it seems like every team's looking for bigs who can defend the post as well as spread the floor, whether starting or coming off the bench. So he's certainly a valuable asset. Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Minnesota calls timeout. Well, perhaps one of the most intriguing draft picks of this past summer, Emmanuel Mudiay, can be a game-changing player. Was going to play, Clark, as you recall, at SMU for Larry Brown.
He sure was, and went overseas instead, so we don't know a ton about him other than his reputation is sterling. Now we'll see if he can live up to it.
Now here's Prince. Shot clock at 6. Here's Pekovic. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. A minute 42 left in the second quarter.
And how about Mudiay, guys? He has a very interesting upbringing. Born in the Congo, grew up in Texas, then spent last season in China. Already a very well-traveled young man for a player of his age.
Now here's Mudiay and the foul on Tayshaun Prince.
That's his first personal foul.
.122 left here in the second. Chandler kicks to Barton.
You know, his shooting percentage has fallen off here in the second. He just can't get the ball in the basket. He's really struggling. Whoa. And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really,
Good try.
In a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Here's Mudiay after the made shot from Ricky Rubio. And again, Denver no good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Now here's Mudiay. Arthur sets the pick for Mudiay. Here's Barton. Hands it from downtown. Barton's got 5 points now this quarter.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Here's Levine. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And the first half comes.
Kevin, I'm here with Rick.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet. It was a shaky first quarter for Denver. A big part of the problem was their defense and inability to slow down shooters. They gave up a sky-high shooting percentage. And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. A fantastic game from Wilson Chandler in this one.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Denver. Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Faried at the 4. Mudiay out there with Will Barton.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
That was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball, and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right. Here's Mudiay. 6 points for him. He dishes it to Gallinari. And Faried kicks to Barton. Faried inside. Guarded by Garnett. And he gets the bucket. 10 points for Kenneth Faried.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
The dish now to Wiggins. The feed now to Garnett. Here's Levine. He's got 11. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And guys, KG is so loved and has given so much to the area of Minneapolis, St. Paul, the state of Minnesota. He really, Clark, views it as his home.
And Kevin, you started with him there in Minnesota.
Yes.
When he got underway in the league. Fans love having him there and involved with the franchise again for sure.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Harris is checked in. Now, here is Gallinari. Screen by Faried. No one near Mudiay as he lets it go. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. For the tie, bounces high off the rim and drops. Towns has got the game tied up here for the Timberwolves.
And, you know, for Garnett, after his playing days are over, I got to believe he's going to be looking to take some ownership in this Wolves organization. He is a beloved figure here in Minneapolis. And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Here's Levine.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
The Timberwolves have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
Nurkic checked in for Denver.
A look now at where the Timberwolves ranked in the NBA last year. 6th in free throw percentage. 7th in points off turnovers. And they made their way into the top 10 in second chance points. I mean, this is a team that really emphasized chasing down missed shots, and they did a pretty good job of it.
And you look at their free throw percentage, not to be overlooked. I mean, this was a team, I thought, that did a really good job of taking advantage of their opportunity. And if KG did become a shareholder in the Wolves, it would be wild. I mean, could you imagine how intimidating contract negotiations would be with him sitting across the table?
Now, here's Wiggins. 15 points in the game. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
Mudiay, no good.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gallinari. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Ricky Rubio. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Now here's Mudiay, guarded by Prince. Here's Gallinari. Takes it off the glass. Gallinari's got 6 points. This game has a lot of character here in the third period.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I love seeing this type of action. A competitive, compelling matchup. A lot of lead changes here so far.
Yeah, 6 already. Intensity is the theme for this one.
A 3-ball. And again, Denver with the triple.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Prince, the pass to Levine. Wiggins outside. Shot is no good. Some solid defense from Fareed. The Nuggets leading by 4. Screen by Fareed. Down low. Deflects the pass. Here's Nurkic. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Adrian Payne. And Jusuf Nurkic, really a big, good-looking young prospect. He's the guy that took Mozgov's place in Denver.
Yeah, originally, Kevin, drafted by the Bulls at number 16, then traded to Denver, as you indicated. His sheer size alone, 7 feet, 280. That makes him a force on the glass.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Laverne comes in for Fareed, and Wilson Chandler subbed in for Gallinari. Now here is Harris. Bangs home the trifecta. Harris has got 9. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Nuggets.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Jusuf Nurkic.
And getting back to Nurkic, what makes him an intriguing prospect beyond his size is his exceptional balance. I mean, his excellent footwork makes him really effective in the pick and roll. He also possesses great lateral speed and quick hands for a big man.
Harris against Wiggins. They set the pick. Mudiay dishes to Chandler. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
And, you know, talking about Nurkic, I mean, his father, a police officer in Bosnia. According to the Denver Nuggets broadcasters last year, Dad is 7 feet tall and weighs a good 400 pounds or more. That's a big police officer there, boy.
Here's Mudiay. After Adrian Payne's bucket, Mudiay with the basket.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
To the wing on the left. Payne kicks to Levine. Now the pass to Payne. 1:51 left to play in the third. Feeds to Pekovic. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket. And you just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
Arthur sets the pick for Mudiay. He feeds it to Arthur. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Levine's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Payne. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And now just a 5-point Nugget lead. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Hey, for Zach LaVine, the dunk contest last season was just coming out talking to the world. He put on a show that everybody in the NBA was buzzing about.
And for LaVine and his dunking, if you saw him in college or last season, you knew he was a very special player in the air.
Well, LaVine can be one of the great all-time dunkers with his height and ability to lift off. He gets airborne so effortlessly that there are few that can match his power and finesse once he's airborne.
Spork has some information for us, Doris.
During that break, Coach Mike Malone had some words for his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Chandler. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Minnesota making a switch here. Rubio's checked in. Timberwolves trail by 7. Here's Dang. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Zhang's got his first bucket in this one.
Really nice work inside there. He'll always give you a battle on the interior, guys. Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here. He shattered the backboard.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Pekovic attacking. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
He doesn't get the second one.
Not a typical trip to the line for him there. He had been knocking him down today.
4 seconds left. Chandler, no good. He got it up. No luck. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. The Nuggets leading by 7. So on the floor for Minnesota, Gorgui Dieng is out there with Garnett. Then there's Towns. Then it's Ricky Rubio. And it's Wiggins in at the 2 guard.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim. They get the finish.
Pass to Garnett. Timberwolves passing it around. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Moutier is checked in for Harris. Here's Wiggins. The shot misses. And Denver the other way now. Shot from 12. And there's Gallinari on the assist for Moutier. Moutier's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Dishes it to Towns. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
To the middle. The shot's good from Fareed.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in him. And he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees, my man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment. No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious. Looking at the game for Barton, he's got 10 points and also 3 steals. I'll tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
And he would have stood out just on the strength of the defense. But how about offensively? He's been clicking there as well.
Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Kevin Garnett.
Great shot. I mean, so difficult to get your shot on line when you're off balance like that.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Over to the left wing. 5 on the clock. Gallinari. It's deflected. Now Garnett. He kicks it to Rubio. Back to Garnett. Wiggins outside. On the wing, Wiggins. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And the call will be against Kevin Garnett. That's foul number 2 for him.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
Yeah, kudos for the effort. I always love that kind of effort, but he was just a little overzealous.
There's the pick. Moutier kicks to Barton. Screen by Fareed. And that one's good. Barton's got the lead up to 11 now for the Nuggets.
Good job. Nice job by Fareed to lay into that defender. Put some wood on him with that screen.
The Nuggets missed the postseason again last year. Never really had a good look at it and just fell in back of the pack.
And it's the second straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in on the Timberwolves head coach talking to his team. He was not at all satisfied with their effort level, saying, "We're losing the hustle plays and all the 50-50 balls. We simply..."